Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are we all? Hello. What day is it? It is Tuesday. I'm totally out of whack this week. Sue, hello. Two Sues, two different Sues first to comment today. And Sally, all the S's. Good evening, Emma. Hi, Carol and Shelley. Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Angela and Janet. Hello, guys. How are we all? Hi, Michaela, Marie. Hello, 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 hello. Lisa, bless you. Thank you for the stars. Laura, hello. Luke, hello, hello, hello. I'm fine, thank you, my lovely. Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's just been. It just started Sunday night and I had like my week. It's one of those weeks. It's great. Janet, bless you. Thank you for the stars as well. Linda, Suzanne, hello. They're fine. Thank you, Suzanne. It was just a little bit of a blip last night, but yeah, they're fine. Absolutely fine. Ahoy there. No, Jessica, we're not. Anne-Marie, hello. Hi, Brenda and Siobhan. Sandra, Linda, hello, hello, hello. Hi, Anne. Okay, so we're slightly later starting tonight. I did post to sort of say we'll be on between 8 to 8:30, so I hope that's okay. Leanne, thank you for the stars as well. There is new stock on the website. Tonight, our Bags of Plenty start. Now, it's slightly different tonight because we've got a third camera. Oh, because I like to make things difficult. But the third camera is just so you guys can see the bags. So you can then, up here, oh, there we go, up there are the bag faces and names. I will go through them. Then you get to pick whatever bag is left at that time. So that camera is just there so you guys can sort of see the bags without me having to move any of the other cameras around. Because of the office, it's a different layout to what I was in the old setup, so I just couldn't get the camera angles right. So we've had to add in an extra view, if you like. So that's going to be slightly different tonight. Any other updates? I think that's everything. I think that is everything. If you would like to order, you can do so. There is still spaces available for this evening. Sounds amazing. I've got my little square box again here. It's quite comfy and it means I don't actually have to have the wires everywhere. So I kind of prefer it, to be honest, than having the little clip-on thing. So yeah. Hello, 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 hello. Say that you love watching the show. Oh no, Shelley, well, I thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Just coming on and giving us a comment or a like and just showing us your support is all I really, really appreciate it. It helps us so much. So thank you for doing that, my lovely. And I hope you enjoy watching. The list was posted the list was posted around just before 8 o'clock actually. So that's posted on the page. Also, I have split my glove, but I didn't want to waste the glove, so I've just sellotaped it here. So yeah, I just didn't see the point in wasting a glove because it's still perfectly fine. So if that looks a little bit funky, then it is what it is. I do apologise, but yeah, I wasn't going to waste a glove just because I split the bottom putting it on. Okay, so shall we get started for the evening? I've also got this. I'll hold this up so you guys can see that as well if you'd like to see them a little bit closer. But we'll explain that as we go. So, up first today is Charlotte Watts-King. Charlotte Watts-King, are you here? We watched the game as well, Jen. Fair shout for the glove. Yeah, it's only a little rip. So it's sellotaped on. If it comes loose, I can sellotape it more, but it should hopefully be okay because it's on the side. I'm looking for Charlotte Watking. I certainly am. Charlotte, hello my lovely. Very excited. Now Charlotte, I have a little message for you to start with. So, I'm going to read it as it's written, okay? It's a friend like you, in good times and bad, who asks for nothing, yet offers a hand. Wherever I go in life, there's only one thing to do. I must have a big heart and be a friend like you. Happy birthday, Charlotte. Hope you have a lovely day, just as lovely as you are. Love from Sam. So I'm going to read that one more time. It's a friend like you, in good times and bad, who asks for nothing, yet offers a hand. Wherever I go in life, there's only one thing to do. I must have a big heart and be a friend like you. Happy birthday, Charlotte. Hope you have a lovely day, just as lovely as you are. Love from Sam. Okay, so Charlotte, you have one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Sam, I hope I read it correctly. Alison, bless you. Hello, and thank you very much for the stars there. So you can choose from all of them. So what they are, excuse me, I've just realised I got the bags out. I did not get to the oysters out. So I'll pop you on a picture of Charlotte. I'm ever so sorry. I'm going to pop you on the back in a sec. These are, oh, let's make them so they're the correct size. There we go. These are customer photos. I'm just grabbing the oyster bags, and while I grab them, I'm going to describe them. Oh, that's a good frame I can put. I can put the oyster bag names and colours so you guys can see them. So what we have mystery oysters. Now, mystery oysters are a mix of all sorts of colours. Okay, so mystery oysters are all colours. You've then got light rainbow oysters, which are the expand the rainbow oysters. Now they, like I say, they're light rainbow colours. You've then got new rainbow oysters. They are darker rainbow colours. And then you have, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just wrecking the place. And then you have normal oysters, which are, oh, broken it. Oh. You have normal oysters, which are normal coloured pearls. Right, I'm going to come back to you and I'll go through that again, Charlotte. I'm ever so sorry that I had to nip off then. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Let me sit back down. Oh. Okay, so let me bring you back. Sorry, I literally, Right, okay. Tracy, thank you for the stars. So mystery oysters are a mix of all the colours. Then you've got light rainbow oysters, dark rainbow colours, and then you've got more normal natural colours. So depending on what colour you're hoping for, I can sort of help you pick what bag, or if you know a bag from that description, do let me know. Did you, Linda? These were the photos. Do you remember a little while ago that I asked for like customer photos, if that I was allowed to share? Yeah, those are, I've still got them all. Yes, that's a good chunk of those. Oh, Dawn, I did. I've got like new, it's not new, it's just repurposed, because they weren't being used in the house. So I've brought the drawers out here that I can bring the oysters in to put on the drawers until I'm ready to go live, and then the oysters go back away in the storage. But the drawers just fell apart as I was trying to open them to get the oyster bags out, so maybe that won't work. I can pop it back in the house. So we'll see. We'll see. I thought it was a good idea because then it kept things out the way while but it's fine. Teething storage problems, possibly. Think you like the dark colours? A dark green would be lush, Charlotte. Well, I would definitely suggest the new rainbow oysters then. Possibly the mystery oysters. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so the new rainbow oysters are your darker coloured oysters. Let's get one out. Would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? Let me get this open for you. Oh, I haven't checked the room behind me, so if it's slightly messy, I do apologise. If any of you didn't see my post from earlier, I have had two little humans with me today, so everything's sort of just been... I haven't had time to... Oh. Okay, Charlotte, you're hoping for a dark green and you'd like to keep your shells. Let's go down. So, your new rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a darker silver. Now there's no more in that one. Now Charlotte, I will hold this one up so you can have a closer look. However, if you would prefer to swap this one for a darker green, I can show you a dark green and then you can let me know if you prefer that colour. But of course, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect as well. So let me hold him up so you can have a closer look. Is it? Oh, I know. It's been one of those days. And also, I can't get my board to sit straight. Can you look? It's really wonky. So I'm going to have pearls rolling all over the shop. It's just one of those days. Charlotte, what do you think to a dark silver, my lovely? If you'd like to see a dark green, that's absolutely fine as well. Or if you're happy with this one, that's not a problem. Let me pop him on the board for you. So he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. Can you see a dark green? Of course you can. So if I grab, where's my dark greens? If I grab you a couple of green options, so you've got a sea green and what a debt. See, I've changed my pearl pots around. Sea green. And that's a darker olive green. What do you think to these two? So that's a sea green on this side, so that's the brighter of the two. And then this one here is a darker olive green. Are either of those what you're hoping for? If so, which one would you prefer? Just going to have a look to see if I do have the forest green. Oh, here it is. Now we do have a forest green as well, which is this one. So you can sort of see the difference between the two there. So sea green, olive green, and that's a forest green. Let's go sea green. Can you just confirm now I've added in the forest green as well? Oh, I love those greens together though. Oh, love it. So yeah, just confirm, would you be happy with that sea green, olive green, forest green? Just going to take the silver away. I'm just going to wrap up your shells as well, just while I'm waiting for that confirmation there. Forest green, that's perfect. Sorry, I just couldn't locate the forest greens, but then I did see them there, so I do apologise. But no, I'm glad you're happy with that. The forest green is yours. Let me just take the other two away. Yeah, that forest green is yours, my lovely. Okay, perfect. So let me bring you back up. Charlotte, from me, I do apologise that I didn't have the oyster bags or the new oysters in the oyster bag ready there. But I hope you're happy with this, and I hope you'll be happy with it once it arrives as well. I've wrapped up your shells for you, and from us, I hope you've had or will have a brilliant birthday as well. So that's safe on there, and like I say, I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Delighted. Perfect. Well, I hope you're happy. And up next then is Janet Lloyd. Janet, are you here? Oh, Sam, you mean more to me than you know. You two sound like such lovely friends. Charlotte, from me, you're very welcome. Oh wow, Nairi, congratulations. It is, Linda. It's a lot different. Janet, hello. Janet, shall we do your openings first? So you've got you've got 5 openings altogether. What 5 oysters would you like? I do have them all here now. And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, Samantha, I hope you're all okay. Michaela, I'm glad you had a brilliant weekend. I'm sorry you're isolating, but I hope you're all okay. Mystery and donate. Okay. Are there certain colours, Janet, you're hoping for? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so let me get this open. I'm gonna get these open. Donating the shells, and like I say, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Perfect. Okay, so let's go down. Oyster number 1. Oh, lighter double pop there. And in your first oyster, there is your mother of pearl. And in here, you are twinning. And it looks like you're twinning with blush pink twins. Visually, it does look like one is slightly brighter than the other. There's no more in that one. So you have blush pink twins here. Let me just dry these up for you. And if I pop them in the sand, you have a brighter and then just slightly lighter pink twins there. Moving on to oyster number 2, again is your mystery oyster. And we have a lighter pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And in here I can see a peeper through the flesh. And you have a coral. And there's no more in that one. So you have a coral, my lovely. Let me dry this up for you. And I'll hold him up so you can have a closer look. Yay for twins. Oh, bless you, Samantha. Thank you for the stars there. Yay for twins. So here is your coral, Janet. Moving on to your next oyster. Again, a mystery oyster. And we have a light pop there. And in here, I can see that you are twinning for a second time. And you're twinning with lighter purple twins. There's 1 and 2. And there's no more in that one. So let me dry these up for you. Okay, so twinning lighter purple twins. Again, I'm just going to pop them in the sand so you can have a closer look. And then moving on to your next oyster, Janet. Oh, and again, quite a nice sharp pop there. And in here, there is your mother of pearl. And I can see right towards the side here, we have a bright, hot pink pearl. And there's no more in that one. So you have a bright, hot pink. If I dry him up and hold him up so you can see. And then after this one, we have one more mystery oyster to go. So lighter pop there. And in here, you are ending it with twinning. And you're twinning with two-tonal icy blue twins. So both of them do have slightly different tones of blue going around them there. So let me just dry these up for you as well. And I'll pop them, I'll hold them up one by one actually, just because they do have those different two-tonal markings. And that way you can see each one. So the lighter overall of the two, it's got slightly darker and lighter areas as you go around the pearl there. And then pearl number 2 is the brighter of the two. And again, slightly lighter and brighter as we go around. Okay, so I've just seen that you'd like a purple on the earrings. Janet, you've got, what colours would you like on the other earrings and your other item as well? So you've got blush pink twins, one slightly brighter than the other, purple twins and two-tonal blue twins. You then have a coral and a hot pink. If you prefer to take a screenshot and email me your colour choice, you can do so. I'll just hold that there for you. And if you would like to swap any pearls, we can do that for you as well. If I pop them on the board, the lighter of the blush pink twins is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. The slightly darker of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Purple twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Darker icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Lighter icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So that's slightly different sizes there. Your coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the hot pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Okay, of course you can. So, let me get you 3 sea greens. Bear with me just a moment while I get matching. Ooh, that's quite a nice shade of sea green. Have a look at these and let me, actually no, that one's not as, that one. Have a look at these and let me know if that shade of sea green is okay. So if I just hold them up for you. So sea green on one pair, purple on the other pair, and then the single sea green on the necklace. Just confirm for me if those colours are okay. I'm just going to bring you back up though so I can just write that down. So we're going to have purple, sea green, and then sea green on there as well. So I've just taken the swaps away there with the pinks. It does, Samantha, doesn't it? It's because with sea, as with any colour, you do get slightly different shades. So yeah, well, I don't know if you're going to see that very well. With sea greens, you do get slightly lighter, slightly brighter shades as well. Just confirm for me, Janet. Were lovely, perfect. So you then have a bag of plenty. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next screen and we'll go through it quickly so everyone can see what I'm on about. So hopefully it makes sense. So you can't see me, but you can hear me, hopefully. As you can see, we've got all of the different bags. I'm going to get... Where's the camera? I've got my hand. I'm just messing. Okay, so as you can see at the top, we have Mr. Happy, which is this one. Mr. Winky Face, which is here. We've got Mr. Shocked. Now in the top photo he's orange, but we do have him in blue. We've got Mr. Kissy Face, Mr. Licky Face, Mr. Nervous, Mr. Love Eyes, Pink Smiles, Yellow Smiles, and Mr. Muscles. Janet, my lovely, pick a face. Like I said, the names are above the faces at the top there, if you'd like to be reminded which one's which. So out of the bags that are there, pick a face, let me know, and then we'll open it up to see what's inside. Can everyone, is that clear enough? I'm worrying myself. Is it clear enough? Can you guys see it? Is it? I'm still here. It is. It's just Mr. Love Eyes. Mr. Love Eyes is this one up here. So I'm going to bring you back to the... Hang on. You can still see I'm not doing anything. Mr. Love Eyes. So inside here is a parcel. I grab that parcel and then we're going to open it. Okay, so you've got an orange parcel. Now the colours don't mean anything, it's just the colour tissue paper that we have. Whatever is inside is yours. So whatever oysters are inside are all yours. Whatever the jewellery is inside is yours. And then the colour pearls that are in the oysters go in or on the jewellery that's inside. So I hope you're happy, Janet. Let's go down. We're going to open it down here. Lots of camera changes tonight, so I hope it's okay. So I am going to have to rip this because when I was wrapping them up, I had to put lots of sellotape. So I am going to have to sort of get into it and rip it. Straight away, I can see that you've got earrings there, and you have earrings with 2 oysters. Now, let's have a closer look at these earrings. These are new earrings, Janet. They're not on the website yet, okay? Now, they are hook back earrings, 925 silver. And if I can spread them apart, if you have a look here, if I make it so they're not touching, you've got these twisted and solid silver hoops. Now, they do all move independently of each other, you can see that, and then your pearl would actually hang down and then sit in the center circle, so they can, like I say, all move independently while you're walking around, and your pearl will be in the center there as well. So I hope you're happy with those, my lovely. Now with earrings, you can actually swap the colors. So if you don't get matching pearls here, you can swap one pearl to match another pearl that you have got to make matching if you would like to. So that option is there for earrings with the bags of plenty, okay. So 2 oysters here. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? Let's get these open. So oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. And you're twinning with two-tonal icy blues. Now, like I said, those earrings are not on the website yet, but that is an item that will be going on the website shortly. In fact, I'll just say all jewellery in the Bags of Plenty is, at the moment, stands at the moment, is all new items not on the website yet and will be going on shortly. So your first oyster has given you two-tonal icy blues, which means you've got lighter and darker areas as you go around the pearls here. So there's number 1. And then number 2. Suzanne, thank you for the stars. And then moving on to oyster number 2, Janet. And in here, there's one side and the other side. And in here you have a lighter autumn peach. Oh, and I can feel you are twinning. Again, Janet, twinning for a second time there. So 2 sets of twins. So you've got two-tonal icy blues and lighter autumn peach twins, my lovely. Which set of these would you like on those earrings? I hope you're happy with those, my lovely. I'll pop them on the board for you as well. So two-tonal blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Two-tonal blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5 as well, so they're the same size there. Autumn peach number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. So the autumn peaches are measuring at slightly different sizes there. What do you think to those? And which ones would you like on your jewellery? You may have to comment on your comment. Just to bring it forward to me. So I'm going to bring you back up again. And then you can let me know if you prefer to have the blues or the autumn peaches on the jewellery there. Oh, sorry, thank you Samantha for commenting on that. It brought it forward for me. Can you have the blues on the earrings and you can have lobster clasp on one of the others? Of course you can. So let me just write that down for you. We're going to have blues on here and invoice for one peach on a lobster fitting. Perfect. Janet, that invoice will get sent through for you tomorrow and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. So that's safe up there for you. So I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And thank you for the donations with your shells as well. Okay. And up next then this evening is Carol Phillips. Carol, are you here? No, Janet, you're very, very welcome. Carol, hello. Okay, so Carol, you've got 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? So 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? Sorry, excuse me. Mystery and donate your shells, of course. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Let me get these open for you. There's number 1 and number 2. Oh, stay on there, please. So let's go down. Mystery oyster number 1. And a light pop there. So in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see straight away, the first one is the mother. So this one is yours here, Carol. Second is for your daughter, Kaylee. Okay, so are there certain colours you guys are hoping for? Because Carol, you have a 2-tonal yellow. So it's a sunshine and lemon yellow pearl. Let me just dry this up for you. And if I hold him up so you can see. So he's 2-tonal sunshine and lemon yellow pearl there. And then Kaylee, moving on to your oyster then, which is your mystery oyster as well. We have a lighter pop there. And there is your mother of pearl. And in here you have a blush pink. And I'm just having a squidge as well. Okay, so there's no more in that one. Now you've got a 2-tonal lemon and sunshine yellow and a blush pink. Oh, Kaylee, pink or blue. If you guys are happy with these colours, that's perfect. Just let me know. If you're not happy, however, I can swap them for you. So just let me know what you would like to do. Then, of course, just confirm for me. Sorry, confirm. It's got an M on the end. Which colour you'd like on which section, just so I don't get it wrong. The 2-tonal yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And then the blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. Carol, you're happy with that one? You're happy with the yellow there? And Kaylee, you're happy with the pink? Perfect. Let me bring you back up. So Carol is the yellow. So I'm just writing this down. And then we've got the pink on that one there. I'm glad you're both happy with your colours. Let me pop them in here for you. Yep, Carol, that's what I've just got down there. Thank you for confirming though, because it's always nice to know, just to double check everything, especially the night I'm having. Okay, so that's safe on there for you. And I hope you're both happy with everything once it arrives. That's safe up there as well. And thank you as well for the donations with your shells as well. bags sold out for tonight. Oh, did it, Samantha? Oh, bless you. Not a problem. What I'll do is I'll do an updated order list when we get near to the end of this one, if I can speak. So we do only have the 10 bags booked in for each of the dates provided, so there's not a lot. Normally for the events we have 15 plus, but yeah, with the bags we've just got 10 for each date, just because there's more in them, so time wise, yeah, so it's slightly less. Does that make sense? You're very welcome, guys. Right, up next this evening is Sandra Waite. Sandra, are you here? Sandra Waite, are you here? Sandy, that's perfect. You've added to your order, as in, and let me double check if I understood what you meant. Oh yes, that's not a problem. Let me print this off then for you. If you just bear with me just a second, and then I can add them together and we can open them together for you. Okay, let me come back. No, not a problem. So the bags are called Bags of Plenty. The description for them is on the website, and you'll see what they are as we go as well. So Sandy, let me just add this to this. So we'll do your normal opening first. We'll do your Bags of Plenty afterwards, if that's okay. So you've got one opening altogether, my lovely. What type of oyster would you like, and would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? What do you think? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to everybody joining. Mystery and donate. Sandy, is there certain colours that you're hoping for? Let me get this open. Okay, so let's go down. Mystery oyster. Oh, quite a nice deep pop there. And in your mystery oyster, there's your mother of pearl. Now you have a runaway, however I saw a little flash of another colour there. 1, 2 and 3. And there's no more in that one. Sandy, you have triples. You have got 3 pearls in the 1 oyster there. Let me just dry these. Oh, dry these up for you, and I'll pop them in the sand. So you have a apple green, a autumn peach, and a 2-tonal sunshine and lemon yellow. Now, if you're happy with these colours, do let me know, and I can let me know which one you'd like on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So what do you think to these? Apple green, autumn peach and two-tonal yellow. If I pop them on the board, the apple green is not a, oh, he's a runner, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Bless you, Gail, thank you. And I've just seen, I do apologise for not seeing before, the autumn peach is also two-tonal, so the lighter and brighter as you go around there. It's just a piece of sand as well in the grabber there. So what do you think to these? Oh, tea time. Thank you, Bab. I've been having a mare.
You okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Peach on the jewellery and lobster clasps on the others. That's absolutely fine. Thank you for the tea. Let me bring you back up. Oh, there we go. So if I pop that down, autumn peach on here and lobsters. That's absolutely perfect. The invoice for the lobster fittings will get sent through tomorrow for you, Sandy, okay? And again, it will go to the email address that's on your order form. So then you also have a bags of plenty. So let's go back to the next screen. So as you can see, Mr. Love Eyes has gone. So the faces that are left are Yellow Smiles, Mr. Muscles, Mr. Kissy Face, Mr. Nervous, Mr. Licky Face, Pink Smiles, Mr. Shocked, Yellow Smiles and Mr. Winky Face. Which face would you like? So the names are up here. If you'd like to refer to the names at the top, if it's a little bit better, and hopefully you can see, there we go, all the faces. Pink smiley face, so the one in the centre, that's this one here. Okay, so let's bring you back again, that's pink smiley face. So let's get him open. Oh, that's just the paper clip that fell out there. Have to paper clip the bags closed, otherwise they just gape everywhere. Okay, so let's go down and open this up. Are we donating the shells from this parcel as well, my lovely? Oh, and I can see that you have a pair of earrings as well. However, you have 1, 2 and 3 oysters in your parcel. So again, these are new earrings, not on the website yet. They are 925 stud back earrings. And if I hold them this way round, you can see that it's like this vine raindrop shape. And then you've got some flowers there as well. And then what will happen is your pearls will actually be at the bottom. So they'll be sitting at the very bottom here, sort of dangling away. So the flower raindrop earrings, again new, not on the website yet, but will be on the website soon. Sandy, I hope you're happy with those. And then 3 oysters alongside those. So let me get these open for you. You love them, perfect. And again, because you've got earrings, if you don't get matching sets, you'd like to swap one of your pearls to match another, you can do so. So you do have then a matching set. That's the only swaps we allow with the bags of plenty. So you guys can have matching earrings if you would like to. Leanne, thank you for the stars. Okay, so Sandy, oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. Oh, and popped out right from the back there as you have. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's no more in that one. Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got a two-tonal sea green, sea blue, and like a silvery colour. So it's sea green, silver, and sea blue. It is beautiful. Okay, so that's your first pearl. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. Oh wow, Anne, bless you. Thank you for the stars there. And in oyster number 2, oh, you have a runaway. And you have a two-tonal denim blue. And there's no more in that one. So this is a two-tonal denim blue. Try matching that one. Yeah, that's not the sea green one is gonna. I don't know if I could match that one. Now this is a denim blue for you. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is from the Bags of Plenty. It's like, oh, I love that description, Lindsay. It's like an ocean in a pearl. I love that description. Okay, so in here, ooh, and we have a darker pearl there. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so he is a silvery grape purple. Okay, so you've got a silvery grape purple. Now, let me hold them up for you. Now with your earrings, I did say we can match one. Now with the green, sea blue, green, silvery pearl, I don't think I'm going to be able to match that, as that's the first type of pearl colour sort of combination I've seen with this one. The denim blue, I won't be able to match the size. I have denim blues in my swaps, but they generally, I've got them, I was sorting pearls out earlier. Don't know if I can match the size to that one. The silvery grape purple, I would be able to match. So it's up to you. And if you'd like to have a think about it, Sandy, that's not a problem as well. Let me pop them on the board for you. The silvery purple is not a 5, not a 5.5. He's a 6. The two-tonal sea green, sea blue, silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. Not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And then the blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. I'm just trying to make it so we can see all three colours with the green. Oh, bless you, Sandy. So with the Bags of Plenty, it's actually no colour swaps, apart from with earrings where we can match one of the colours that you've got, if that makes sense. So we can match, like I say, it's going to be very hard to match that green, but I can either match the two-tonal silvery purple, or with the denim blue. I mean, let me have a quick look. Where's the denim blue? What I might be able to do You'd like to match the silvery purple. Okay, which colour would you like to swap out to match the silvery purple? That's perfect. If I bring you back up again, and then you can let me know, because with the silvery purple, I'll have to match that off the live. And that's just because we've got so many shades of the silver and great purple sort of going from lighter to darker. If I match it off the live, then that way I can definitely get the correct match. So would you like to swap out the denim blue or we'll call it the sea green? The denim blue, Sandy. Okay, so we're going to put swap the denim blue for matching silver purple. And we're going to have the silver purples on there. Perfect. So like I say, I have to match that off the camera, and that's just, or off the live, not necessarily camera, just because we've got so many different shades. But it can definitely be matched. There's no weight for that at all. Okay, let me pop all 3 of the pearls on here, and then I'll swap that tomorrow. Sandy then, perfect. I hope that's fine, Hannah. Oh, lobster on the sea green, that's not a problem as well. Again, that will just be included in the invoice for the other lobster fittings, so I'll just pop it all in the same invoice, okay? And again, that will be sent through tomorrow for you. So, Sandy, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything as well once it arrives. And I've popped that safely up there for you. Okay, perfect. And up next then is Emma Favel. Emma, are you here? Oh, it's a touch too hot still. It's at that hot when you'd be in the winter months and it's too hot to drink, but you still do just to feel warm. That sort of nice hot. Am I weird? Don't answer. Oh, I'm looking for Emma Favel. Emma, are you here? Emma, hello. Okay, so Emma, you have a Bags of Plenty. Let's look at the bags. So, bags which are left are Yellow Smiles, Mr. Muscles and Mr. Kissy Face, Mr. Nervous, Mr. Licky Face and Mr. Shocked. Oh no, sorry, this one at the top is Mr. Happy, and then Yellow Smiles is down here. I got that wrong, I'm ever so sorry. Mr. Happy and Yellow Smiles. They've actually got different smile. I just referred to the photo there, I do apologise. And then we've got Mr. Winky Face at the end here. So Emma, which bag would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh really, Stacey? That they are a nice colour. I mean, don't tell anybody, but I have a few denim blues in my swaps. Mr. Muscles, and donate the shells. Okay, perfect. So Mr. Muscles is this one. Let's bring you back round here and unclip this. And Mr. Muscles, you have a yellow parcel in your bag. So let's go down and open him up. Good luck, Emma. So again, okay, so you have a pendant with 1 and 2 oysters here. So a pendant with 2 oysters. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can pop this pendant on a chain. If my chain didn't have a knot in it. Nope, okay, so I'll hold it here. So that's fine. So this pendant, as you can see, it's an offset heart. So where the chain sits, the heart sort of sits on its side. So the larger side here, with the smaller side coming underneath. Your pearl is going to be set in the centre there. So you won't see that centre section because the pearl will be covering that up. And then down this side of the heart, as you can see, it's encrusted with zircon crystals there. So your pearl will sit in the centre of that heart pendant. So I can see here that you've already picked what length and style chain you would like, so that's perfect. And you've got 2 oysters, so whatever colours come out of here, I hope you're happy with them for one of them to go onto this heart here. Let me get these open for you. And then we can have a look. Emma, I do hope you're happy with that one. You love it. Perfect. So oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. Oh, popped out backwards there is you have a darker chocolate. And there's no more in that one. So you have a darker chocolate to start with. Let me dry him up and have a closer look. Almost going into that sort of chocolate bronze, almost olive green tones to him. If you look at my top, that's got green, and then he's almost matched that. So chocolatey olive colour almost, if you can see that there. And then moving on to oyster number 2, again from the Bags of Plenty. And in here, there's one side and the other side. Oh, and in here you have a black cherry, which is kind of perfect for the heart. Although if you prefer to have the chocolate on there, please don't let me persuade you. It's completely your choice, my lovely. So you have a chocolate with almost olive tones to him and a black cherry as well. Emma, which one would you like on that jewellery? If I pop them on the board for you, the black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. What do you think? Black cherry, that's perfect. If I bring you back up again, that's not a problem. Let me write that down. So we're going to have black cherry on there. Okay, Emma, then let me pop these in here. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And of course, thank you for the donations with your shells, my lovely. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, perfect. And up next then is Vicky Bernard. Vicky, are you here? Emma, you're very welcome. Vicky, hello. Vicky, you also have a Bags of Plenty, so let's have a look at the bags so you can let me know which one you would like. I'll go through the faces for you. Mr. Happy, Mr. Kissy Face, Mr. Nervous, Mr. Licky Face and Mr. Shocked, Yellow Smiles and Mr. Winky Face. Which one would you like? Donated shells, they go to my mum's nursery. So she works in a nursery. I clean them and sterilise them, and they go to the children to use them in different activities. So if I quickly pop you onto the shells, you can see here, this is the same image 3 times, but you can see here this is one of their activities in an outside play area, just sea life and shells and dried up seaweed and leaves and stuff, just different textures and different play. So that's one example of what they do. Vicky, you would like Mr. Licky Face. That's this one here. Let's bring you back. Okay, so if I get him open for you, would you like to... Oh, donate the shells. Perfect. So here you have a yellow... Again, the tissue paper colour doesn't mean anything. There we go. Sorry if I don't fold these up, they don't lay down nicely. So let's go down and get this one open. Okay, so you have 1 and 2 oysters and a ring. So let me have a closer look at this ring. Now the ring names on the website, I'm ever so sorry, I'm terrible with them. It's the one section of the website that no matter how much I try to learn the names, I always get myself confused. Now I will confirm, Vicky, that this is a 925 silver ring, and it's an expandable ring to one side from the back of the ring there. Now if we move round to the front of the ring, I will say it's got a single band going all the way round on both sides. When you near the top, it does go into a double band, but that's with zircon crystal going into the almost like a tiara point here, and then your pearl will be sitting on top of that, or even having it the other way round and sitting below that. So it just depends on how you would like to wear it, if that makes sense. So either way round. I hope you're happy with that. Again, you don't see this disc here. You just need that different variation of the surface to be able to set the pearl onto it nicely. So it's got the air and the surface to set onto. Jewel in the crown ring. Bless you. Thank you, Sophie, my lovely. So Vicky, I hope you're happy with that one, my lovely. And this one comes with 2 oyster openings. So if I get him open, there's 1 and 2. Okay, so let's... Oh, we're already down. Oh, Vicky, oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. And in here, your first one, we have a darker pearl there. I'm just having a squidge in here, and there's no more in that one. So let me just have a closer look here for you. Now I think, oh, there we go. I think, and I'm right, you have a oil slick, my lovely. You have a darker oil slick. So if I just get this, sorry, it's slightly dark to see, isn't it? I'm going to hold it against the sun so you can see. So with your oil slick, you can see you've got purples, blues and greens in him. So if I just go around here, hopefully you can see those colours there. It's quite hard to show you because it's quite a darker oil slick, but it definitely does have those different colours in him. And then moving on to oyster number 2, again, which is from your Bags of Plenty. There's one side and the other side. And in here, okay, so we have a darker pearl again, my lovely. And there's no more in that one. So let me dry him up for you and have a closer look to see his colour as well. Now he's a two-tonal darker gunmetal grey, so he's got different tones of silvers and greys to him. Okay, so what do you think to these, Vicky? I hope you're happy with this colour, or these colours, sorry, and I'll need to know which one you prefer to have on your jewellery. So you've got the oil slick and then you've got the two-tonal darker gunmetal grey. So your oil slick is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. So they are slightly different sizes there. What do you think to those? Oil slick, Vicky, perfect. Let me bring you back up again. And if I just write down that we're going to have the oil slick on there. Vicky, I hope you're happy with those. I popped them in here for you as well. And thank you for the donations with your shells as well, my lovely. That's on there. So I've got that all down for you. And that's safe up there as well. So I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Did not, and I've emailed again. Have I missed something? I haven't seen, Vicky, you're very welcome. So I've just seen I did not and I've emailed again. I do apologise with emails. I'm trying to keep on top of them. I don't know if anybody's seen my post earlier. It's sort of just, I don't want to give an excuse, but it just explained. So I do apologise, but I did do a good chunk of them earlier. So hopefully, I'm almost within time actually, just looking at them. I'm only, what's the date? I'm only a couple of days out. So I do apologise for that, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So let me go back to comments again. That was the ring in that one, Stacey. Okay, so up next then is Oriel Melville. Oriel, are you here? Again, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, my lovely. You're perfect. Yay! I do try to remember, Please can you have the pink kiss face and donate? You are ready. You are on it. I'll go back to this camera anyway. You do have a Bags of Plenty. So you would like Mr. Kissy Face. That's this one up here. Mwah. I don't know why I just... Okay, so Mr. Kissy Face, my lovely. I'm just going to go back up. I didn't see if you said keep or donate the shells. Donate the shells. Okay, perfect. So let's get him open, and red tissue paper with this one, and let's go down. So in here, oh, you also have a ring with 1, 2 and 3 oysters. So you have 3 oysters here and a ring. Now in the bags, it is written in the description that they're in, oh, I can't speak again. In the bags are earrings, pendants, cage pendants, bracelets and rings. So you have this ring with 3 oysters here, which means you're going to have at least 3 colours to pick from to go into this oyster. Now, this ring even. Now again, you've got a 925 silver ring, and it's an expandable from the back of the ring, and this one definitely does have the single band going around on both sides there. So let me get this focused so you can see. So this ring, it comes from this side and it loops round and then I'm going to hold it still so stop moving, loops round and then meets up again. It has zircon crystals encrusted on the different sections, as you can see there, and then your pearl gets set right in the centre there, my lovely. I hope you're happy with this one. And then, like I say, 3 oysters to go alongside him. So, oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you have a larger, I'm just going to wait a second before I colour identify that one. There's no more in that one. Now let me dry this up for you. Now he is a grape purple. I thought he had some chocolate in him, but you can definitely see that grape purple shining through there. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side, and in here we have a lighter coral, still quite a nice bright coral, and there's no more in that one. So let me just dry this one up for you and I'll hold him up so you can have a closer look. So we've got a darker grape purple and a lighter coral. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. Ooh, and in here you are twinning. And you're twinning with Pepsi and Smurf. No, I'm going to say they're both Smurf Blue twins. So twinning with Smurf Blue twins, my lovely. Now these are definitely different sizes here with these twins. So if you do decide to have one of these on the jewellery, do let me know if you'd like the larger or the smaller one on your jewellery, okay? So I'm just popping them in the sand, and then I can hold them up so you can have a closer look. So purple, coral, smaller and larger Smurf blue. What do you think to these? And if you're happy, which colour would you like on that ring there? So the darker grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The coral's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Smaller blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the larger blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Can you have the large blue on the ring? Of course you can. Oriel, I hope you're happy with those. And let me just write down that you'd like the larger blue on there. Perfect. I'm just going to pop these in here for you as well. Okay, so I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. For the rest, can you have them on lobster fittings? Of course you can. Okay, I've got that down for you. You'll get an invoice sent over tomorrow, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form, my lovely. Okay, that should be with, I'm not going to give a time tomorrow actually, because I've still got my little humans at home. But it definitely will be sent tomorrow, okay? So that's safe up there for you, and I do hope you'll be happy with it once it arrives. A cage pendant, Kathy. We do have a cage pendant section on the website, if that's what you mean. We've got quite a few different ones. You can swap and change the pearls in and around them. Sorry. No, you're very, very welcome. Up next is Zoe McKell. Zoe McKell, are you here? You're very welcome, my lovely. Zoe, hello. Zoe, you also have a Bags of Plenty. So let's go have a look. So bags that are left are, I'm going to move this one down just so we can see him a little better. So you've got Mr. Nervous, Mr. Happy and Mr. Shocked. You've got Yellow Smiles and Mr. Winky Face. What do you think? Which bag would you like? So Mr. Nervous, Mr. Happy, Mr. Shocked, Yellow Smiles and Mr. Winky Face. Again, the photo, Mr. Shocked is orange, he's blue here. I'll update that photo for the next live. I didn't realise that I'd mixed the colour of the faces up. Just so it doesn't confuse everyone. Well, I don't know, is it confusing or is it okay? You're going to go with Mr. Shocked. Perfect. That's this one here. This one doesn't have a paper clip on him. It doesn't matter. It just means you can open him easily. So in here, donate the shells, Zoe. Perfect. Thank you. So let's go down. Ooh, red and yellow and pink and green. Okay, so let's get this open. Ooh, now you have a bracelet here. And you have a bracelet with 2 oysters. Now, whatever pearls come out of these oysters, you can have all of them on the bracelet if you would like to. Or you can choose to just have one of them on there if you prefer. Now, this bracelet is not on the website yet. It is a 925 silver, 7.5 inches long. I can add an extension cord or extension chain, sorry, if you would like me to. Now hopefully I'm going to be able to show you this one. So as you can see, it's got the larger loops on it. Then in between those larger loops, if I just turn it around slowly, you can see, oh, hang on, let me get this so it's focused. You can see that it's got these kisses which are 4-sided. So they're quite a little not thick, but it's like a dimensional bracelet, if that makes sense, because you've got these little, I'm going to call them kisses knots in between the larger loops there. Now I would actually place the pearls on the larger loops and then the little kisses have them in between. So Zoe, I hope you're happy with that one. And let me get your 2 oysters open here. So there's 1 and 2, and we're donating the shells, aren't we? So oyster number 1. Oh. There's one side and the other side. And your first oyster has given you a darker Pepsi blue. There's no more in that one. So you've got a darker Pepsi blue to start with. Let me hold him up so you can see. Beautiful. And then moving on to oyster number 2, again from your Bags of Plenty bag. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a darker pearl, and there's no more in that one. So again, I'm just going to have a closer look so I can confirm the colour for you. This is definitely a 2-tonal chocolate and olive green. So here you can see the chocolate, and then we go round into that olive green tone and then back into the chocolate. So 2-tonal olive green and chocolate pearl. Now Zoe, like I said, you can have both of these on the jewellery, or if you prefer to just have one of them on there, that's absolutely fine as well. Or actually, with the bracelet, you don't have to have any on there if you don't want to. So what do you think? What would you like to do? The Pepsi Blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the chocolate olive green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. What do you think? What would you like to do? So blue and chocolate olive green. Let me bring you back up. What do you think, Zoe? Can you have the blue on the bracelet and you'll keep the other for your cage pendant? Of course you can. That's perfect. Let me write down that we're going to have the blue on there. Okay, Zoe, I hope you're happy with that then. And thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And that's safe up there for you. So I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. Perfect. And up next this evening is Penny Howl. Penny, are you here? Penny Howl, are you here? Zoe, you're very, very welcome. Good night, Linda. Thank you for joining us today. Penny, if you are here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anybody else can see Penny, please comment on her comments, because again, it will bring it forward so I can see. I'm fine, thank you, Luella. I hope you're well as well. So last call for Penny Howl. If not, we'll move on. Donated shells, they go, if I show you the photo. So my mum works in a nursery, so I clean and sterilise the shells, and they use them in different activities. This is just one activity. They can do collages, textures, learning about the world, different shells, learning through play, and yet they just have like a second, so they don't just get thrown away, if that makes sense. But they do break, they can break, and especially if you can see there, those toys and shells, they won't last very long, so they do need to be replenished. So yeah, donated shells do go to a good use, if that makes sense. Now I haven't seen Penny, so we're going to move on. If she does come on though, we can add her in, but it will be to the end of the order list. Up next is Alison Goodwin. Alison, are you here? Oh, sorry, Alison. I do apologise. I can see Penny now. Alison, if you can just bear with me just a moment, I'll do you after. Just so I didn't see Penny there. But Penny, I can see you now. Hello, my lovely. Sorry, I must have missed your comment there. Thank you for pinning it, Sophie. So Penny, you have 3 openings altogether. What 3 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? So Penny, 3 openings altogether. 3 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? To expand one mystery, of course you can. Donate the shells, perfect. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1 and 2, and let me get these all open for you. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so Penny, let's go down. Mystery oyster number 1, like I said, are there certain colours you're hoping for? We have a lighter pop there. Hoping for hot pink. Okay, so your first oyster, there's your mother of pearl, and I can see straight away you have a brighter icy blue here. I'm just having a squidge in here, and there's no more in that one. So this is a brighter icy blue. Then moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a blush pink. And there's no more in that one. So you have a blush pink, my lovely. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is from the bag. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with Pinkle twins there. So Pinkle is a mix between a pink and a purple. There's no more in that one. So you've got a lighter, brighter icy blue, a blush pink, and twinning Pinkle twins. Now Penny, if you're happy with these colours, that's perfect. I'll need to know which colours you would like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So I can swap them, just let me know what you would like to do. And again, which ones of those you would like where. So icy blue, blush pink, and twinning Pinkles. If I pop them on the board for you, the icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And Pinkle number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. You love them all, perfect. Which ones would you like where? Thank you. One twin on the pendant and the others on hoop fittings. Let me bring you back up. Oh no. Aaron. Bab. One moment, please. I do apologise. Nope. Aaron, nope.
I'm following the cabling.
Okay, well this cabling is for this light. No, it's none of these. It's none of these.
It's this one, right?
Yeah, no, it's this one.
Oh, that one?
Yes.
Oh.
Normal, no, exactly. Hang on. There we go. Hello, yay! Thank you, Bab. Sorry. Oh, while you're here, would you plug in my little fan? It's down there. Would you just plug it in here? Sorry, I'm ever so sorry. This camera didn't want to play ball. Just miraculously, just as Aaron brought in a tea, so he's here to help, which was perfect timing. Penny, I'm ever so sorry. It just didn't want to look at me. Right, so I'm going to scroll back. So we're going to have a twin pinkle on here, and then the others on hoop fittings. Not a problem. So I'll send the invoice over tomorrow for you, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form. Okay, let me pop these in here. So Penny, I hope you're happy with that. And then just tilt it. Thank you, Bab.
No worries.
Thank you. Penny, thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And that's safe up there for you. I tell you, I am having everything happen today. It's just one of those days. Oh, and now I'm having a tropical moment. Hence the fan. Penny, you are very, very welcome. Right. Up next this evening is Alison. Alison, are you still here? So that's Alison Goodwin. And breathe. Oh, I know. It's just... I'm fine. I don't mean to be like... It's just... It's fine. I'm fine. Breathe. Alison, hello. Alison, thank you for bearing with me there. I didn't see Penny before, so thank you for waiting. So, Alison, you have a bags of plenty. Let's fingers crossed. Oh... One moment, please. Oh, that's a close-up that you don't need. Okay, fingers crossed. Ta-da! Yay! Okay, so Alison, you have a bags of plenty. The bags that are left are Mr. Nervous, Mr. Happy, Yellow Smiles, and Mr. Winky Face. Which one would you like? Oh, bless you guys, you're too kind. Oh. Oh, tell me about it, Sophie. Oh gosh. So Alison, can you have Mr. Nervous? Of course you can. That's this one here. Let's jump back to this camera. So Mr. Nervous, let's get him open. And you have a orange. Okay, so let's go down. Fingers crossed for this one. Ta-da! Whoop whoop. Okay, so Alison, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? Ooh. Now you have some earrings here with 1, 2 and 3 oysters. So you have a pair of earrings, my lovely, and 3 oysters alongside those. So as you can see here, these are 925 silver earrings. These are stud back earrings. Alison, donate the shells, perfect. So these ones, oh, let me bring you closer so you can see these. So you can see here, you've got 3, hang on, is it 3? Oh no, it's 3 larger ones with 2 either end. So 5 encrusted zircon crystals here. And then your pearl, as you can see there, sits on the end of this pin, so dangles. So these are a more, they're not small, but they'll still drop off the ear, but they're not a long dangling earring, if that makes sense. So you've got almost like a leaf shape with embedded zircon crystal, and then your pearls at the end there. I hope you're happy with those, my lovely. And then alongside those, you've got 3 oysters. So let's get these open for you. There's number 1, number 2, and number 3. So oyster number 1, there's one side and the other side. Oh, and straight away you have a brighter icy blue. There's no more in that one. So you have a brighter icy blue, my lovely. Let me dry him up and hold him up so you can have a closer look. Then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a larger chocolate bronze, and there's no more in that one. Now he does look like he's slightly two-tonal, so he's got some slightly darker areas to him. Quite a larger sized pearl, this one. So if we go around the pearl, you can see slightly lighter and darker chocolate bronze, different shade colours there. And then moving on to your last oyster from your bags of plenty. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a two-tonal Smurf blue. So he's just slightly lighter and darker blues as we go around there. So again, let me just dry him up for you and pop him in the sand. So you've got a lighter, brighter icy blue, a two-tonal chocolate bronze, and a two-tonal Smurf blue as well. Now Alison, with earrings, if you would like to, you can swap one of these to match the other one, so you can have matching earrings. Or if you're happy with odds, that's absolutely fine as well, and we can just pop the 2 different colours on there. I have odd earrings, I love them, but it's obviously personal preference. So what do you think? What would you like to do? I'll be able to match the icy blue and the chocolate bronze straight away. With the Smurf blue, there may be a slight wait for the match with that one. So if you don't mind waiting, that's absolutely fine. I can pop you on a waiting list, but I'm just letting you know so you can make an informed choice there. So the two-tonal Smurf blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. I thought he was going to be a 9 then. And the icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Swap the chocolate bronze to match the icy blue. Let me see. I can definitely match him. Ba-da-ding. Okay, if you just have a look here for me and just confirm if you're happy with those two there. Oh. Oh. My pearl picker doesn't want to let go of the pearls today. Okay, are you happy with those? And let me bring you back up. Perfect. No, you're very, very welcome. If I pop them in here for you. And Alison, I hope then that you'll be happy as well with everything once it arrives. I'm just going to write down that we'd like to have the icy blue on there. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well, my lovely. And that's safe up there for you. Okay. And up next is Rachel Swift. Rachel Swift, are you here? I think I'm in the order list that I've printed off now, so I do apologise that I didn't do an updated order list. It's Rachel Swift now, then Billy Joe Colthard, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and then Anne Lewis. So that's the order list as it stands. If you would like to order for tonight, we do then still have spaces. It wouldn't be too far away for the opening. I hope that made sense then. And Rachel, hello. So Rachel, you also have a Bags of Plenty. Let's go to the bags. So we've got 3 bags left, my lovely. Would you like yellow smiles? No, this one, I keep getting them mixed up. I might have to do a little something to maybe draw a nose. Oh no, this one has a nose. Okay, so Mr. Happy, yellow smiles, Mr. Winky Face. Which one would you like? So Mr. Happy, yellow smiles, Mr. Winky Face. Winky Face and donate. Of course you can, Mr. Winky Face. I can't wink. Okay, so let's get him open. Okay, so let's go down. Oh, you have a pendant with 1, 2, and 3 oysters. So you have a pendant with 3 oysters here, Rachel. Now with your pendant, it's already on a chain here. However, I can change that chain. I will be changing the chain actually, because it's not the one you've requested, which is absolutely fine. So this pendant here, look at this beauty. Okay, so this is the front of the pendant. So as you can see, you've got the petals which are cut out at the top here with a crystal embedded in the center. So I'm just trying to hold it so you don't see the shadow. And then at the bottom here, you've got engraved petals down here, and you've got 2 crystals which are embedded down there. Now the pearl with this one is set up here, so it will dangle around here, this top bit. Then you've got this patterned section coming through the center. The reverse of this is just the normal reverse of a pendant, so you can wear it that way round. However, it is beautiful this way round. I hope you're happy with that, Rachel. It's lovely. And to show you, the size of this one is quite a nice size. Can you see that? So it's quite a nice sized, it's a larger pendant, if that makes sense. I mean, I've got my daughter's ruler. It's just over 3 centimetres long for being a pendant. Like I say, it's quite a nice size there. You love it. Perfect. And it comes with 3 oysters, which means you'll have at least 3 colours to choose from to go onto that pendant. So let me pop that there. Oh, bless you, Chrissy. That is another item that will be going on the website. I haven't put anything in the bags which won't be on the website or isn't on the website already. Yeah, so that is something that will be going on there. So, Rachel, oyster number 1. It doesn't have a name yet, Wendy. The supporters may be naming a lot of the new stock if they would like to. There's one side and the other side. And in your first oyster, oh, you have a light coral. Now, as that came out, my first impression of the colour was more of a pinky tone. Do not tell Aaron. But looking at it, it's definitely a lighter coral. But it's got that sort of tone to it, that sort of lighter, on the cusp of turning different colours, if that makes sense, into the next spectrum over. The beautiful lighter coral to start with. And then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a blush pink. Thank you, Chrissy. And there's no more in that one. So actually, with a blush pink, you'll be able to see the difference between the coral and the pink. There we go. Here is your blush pink, Rachel. And then moving on to your last oyster, again from your bags of plenty. There's one side and the other side. Ooh, and in here you are twinning. And you're twinning with lemon yellow twins. Okay, so again, let me just dry these up for you. So, Rachel, what do you think to these colours? I hope you're happy with them. You've got a light coral, a blush pink, and twinning yellow twins. So there they are in the sand, my lovely. Yellow's actually visually possibly slightly different sizes there. I'll measure them in just a moment. Rachel, do you know which one of those you would like on that pendant? So the coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Your blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The visually slightly smaller yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the slightly larger visually yellow is, there we go, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So they are measuring at slightly different sizes there. Blush pink, perfect. Let me bring you back up. And I'll pop the pearls in here, then I'll write down that you'd like blush pink on there. I do hope you're happy with them, Rachel. Okay, so blush pink, perfect. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And again, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. No, it's plus postage, Katrina. So postage depends on whereabouts you are. If you're in the UK, it's a set. It depends. Whereabouts are you, and I can let you know how much it is. Rachel, no, you're very, very welcome. And Billy Joe, you are here. You're up next. Hello. Can you have yellow smiley? Keep the shells. Of course you can. Just to confirm for me, because we've got both yellow smiles left. So would you like Mr. Happy, or this one's actually called Yellow Smiles? So when I read your message, I think you meant this one, Yellow Smiles. However, Billy Joe, could you just confirm for me? Would you like Mr. Happy or Yellow Smiles? And you'd like to keep your shells, that's absolutely fine. Yellow Smiles, I thought so. That's absolutely perfect. Yellow Smiles. It would be £2.50 postage, Katrina, to Wales. Okay, so let's get this open for you. You have some yellow tissue paper. And again, sorry, I like to keep the bags as nice as I can. Because they are they've lasted years, these bags. So if you treat things nicely, they stay nice. Let's go down. So, Billy Joe, I'm just opening him up for you. Okay, so you have a pendant and you have 1 and 2. You have a pendant and 2 oysters here. So let me pop your pendant on a chain so we can have a closer look. Now this one is not on the website just yet. Look at that. So this one's quite a nice size. I don't think we've actually got this kind of sized heart on there. So you can see it's encrusted with zircon crystals and it's a hollowed out heart there. Your pearl here would actually sit at the top and then would sit from the bottom point then towards the centre, if that makes sense. So Billy Joe, I hope you're happy with that one. And with this one actually, you don't have to have the pearl attached if you don't want to. So that just depends. So you've got 2 oysters alongside this one. So then you can pick what colour pearl you'd like on there. I hope you're happy with him. So let me get these oysters open for you. There's 1 and 2. Okay, so oyster number 1, my lovely. Oh, I don't think that's happened before. I opened it and then just sort of, sorry. Okay, so there's one side and the other side. Oh, and in your first oyster you have a larger purple pearl. There's no more in that one. Now, because you'd like to keep your shells, I'm just going to clean the shells up and then I'll show you the pearl colour closer, if that's okay. So just bear with me just a moment and then I'll hold the pearl up so you can have a closer look. Okay, so if I dry him up for you, your first pearl out, quite a nice larger sized purple pearl. And then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side. Oh, and the other side. And in here, coming out backwards, you are twinning. And you're twinning with 2-tonal apple green pearls. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so let me dry these up for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you them individually just because they are slightly different. So this one here is overall a lighter pastel apple green. And he's got this slight darker section there, just a slight darker spot if you like. And then this one has, again, lighter apple green all the way around. But then he's got a larger, darker green splodge if you like. I love the word splodge. So, what do you think to these, my lovely? I hope you're happy with the colours. Now, you can have any of these on that jewellery, or if you prefer to, you don't have to have a pearl on there. Billy Joe, what do you think? The purple... My pearl picker just doesn't want to work today. Okay. The purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The green with the smaller splodge is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And the green with the larger splodge is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So they're slightly different sizes there. Can you keep the pearls separate to the pendant? Of course you can. Let me bring you back up and I'll just make that note. That's not a problem at all. Just wrapping these up as well for you, my lovely. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have that there. Perfect. Billy Joe, I've got that down for you. No, you're very, very welcome. There's that safe up there for you, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. Okay. Pearl picker looked like Maleficent's, there we go, staff with the green pearl on. It did. It did. My pearl picker though needs to be loosened, I think. It doesn't want to pick up there we go. It'll pick up larger pearls now. Oh, I should have done that sooner. Right, up next is Anne Lewis. Anne, are you here? Anne Lewis, are you here? Anne, hello. And you have our last bags of plenty for the evening. Can you confirm that you're happy with Mr. Yellow? No, he's Mr. Happy. I still got him wrong. And he's the last one. Can you just confirm that you're happy with Mr. Happy? Let me bring you here. Might have to put like a little sign. Mr. Happy. And I can see you. It's not a problem. Yep, okay, perfect. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? So, let's get him open. Okay, so in here you have a bracelet and you have 1 and 2 oysters with that bracelet. That's a good idea, Sophie. So, Anne, your bracelet, let me just have a quick look. Oh, it's the same bracelet that came out earlier. Oh, I do apologise, I must have popped 2 in. So what's actually happened is I've wrapped up the next couple of lives worth of the bags of plenty. That way I don't know what's where, so I can just fill them up without knowing, so it's not biased in any way, if that makes sense. So I think I've popped in 2 of these bracelets, which are beautiful, don't get me wrong, and they've just happened to come out on the same night. So, and I hope you're happy with this one as well. I'll describe it again. So it is 925 silver, it's 7.5 inches long. So if you would like an extension chain added on, I can definitely do that for you. There's no extra charge with the extension chain. Now this one has got a bit of dimension to it, so it's got the larger links where the pearls will get set onto the bracelet there, and then you've got these, like I called them earlier, they're like kisses links, that if I show you and twist it round, hang on, if I show you and twist it round, you can see that they've sort of got all 4 sides, so it makes it so it's slightly more dimensional, if that makes sense. I'm hoping you guys can see this. It is a lovely bracelet, and I hope you're happy with that, Anne. And it also means that whatever pearls come out of these 2 oysters, you can have them all on the bracelet if you would like to, or you can just have one on the bracelet if you prefer to, or even you don't have to have the pearls on the bracelet, you can have them both separate to each other if you would prefer to as well. Okay, so that's going to be all completely up to you, my lovely. So oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here, oh, you have a larger, darker purple to start with. And let me dry him up and hold him up so you can have a closer look. Oh. Now he's two-tonal gunmetal grey, but he's definitely got this nice deep purple overtone to him. Hopefully you can see that there. Definitely you'll be able to see him when he's in the sand, with the black of the sand coming through. And then moving on to oyster number 2, which again from your bags of plenty. There's one side and the other side, and in here, oh, you have a lemon yellow, and there's no more in that one. Okay, so Anne, what do you think to these, my lovely? You've got a two-tonal darker purple and a lemon yellow. So like I said, you can have both of these on the bracelet if you would like to. You can have one or you can have none, but obviously the pearls are still yours. It's completely up to you. If I pop them on the board for you, your yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. What do you think to those? Purple on the bracelet and yellow loose. And can you have an extension? Of course you can. So purple on here, extension, and the yellow loose. Perfect, and I've got that down for you, my lovely. So I hope that you'll be happy with everything as well once it arrives, and that's safe up there for you. Perfect. Okay, let me just refresh this. I think that brings us to the end of our order list for today. It does. Thank you all for watching and joining today. We're going to be live again on Friday. Oh, did I? I'll have a look into that, Michelle. Thank you. I'll have a look in a moment. So we're going to be live again on Friday, back to around 8 p.m. BST. Like I said, if you're wondering about emails or postal runs, have a look from a post I posted earlier. And supporters, keep an eye out because I'm going to be asking you to name some jewellery this week. May not be tomorrow, but maybe towards the end of the week. A lot of the jewellery we've seen today, if you'd like to name it, you don't have to, but you're going to be given that option if you would like to. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant week, and I'll see you Friday. Take care, guys. Bye.